So there's actually a confluence of events that we're seeing, and I do this presentation, and I call it our largest problem is what is known as data mining, right? Where people are hugging their data. It's my data. You can't have the data, right? So it's a culture of freeing the data that needs to be pervasive, and compounding that problem is actually a little bit of a funding problem for the way that the Department of Defense is funded, right? So we are given funding lines by Congress, and then we impose funding lines upon ourselves based on programs of record, right? And so when these programs or records are very, what I call cylinders of excellence, right, they are soup to nuts. They are funded to do everything they need to do. There is not a whole lot of incentive for a program manager of a program or record to create horizontal data integration across other programs, right? Unless, of course, that program record was set up to integrate data, right? And most of them aren't. They're weapon systems or they're business systems, ERPs, whatever. And so right now, what we're trying to drive is a culture of developing application programming interfaces and creating an environment where we can actually move from the cylinders of excellence into more of a microservices environment. And so that would be the biggest recommendation I would say for anyone who's trying to tackle this is create an environment. You know, we mentioned the citizen scientist earlier, right? Well, you can make that possible in the scale of the Army by just freeing the information, allowing people to toy with the interfaces and rapidly integrate and fuse data by not going through the user interface, or what we see today is exporting into Excel, which is our biggest data integration platform, right? So we want people to use the tools that they have at their disposal, but also get creative with the information by being able to, do whatever they need to do with the data. And so the lesson learned there is you really gotta foster this culture of openness when it comes to data. And that is actually quite challenging, especially for an institution that's 243, I believe, years old.
Right, yeah.